It's my proud privilege to be at this forum and share some of my ideas on the topic. This is the main theme of this convention relating to sustainable value creation, integrated performance, and reimagining the profession. Before I proceed with my assigned task, let me convey my best regards to the chief guest of the day and my good friend A.S. Durga Prasad, CMA A.S. Durga Prasad, the president of our institute, Srinivasa Prasad, the chairman of the SARC and chairman of the Hyderabad chapter, my good friend CMA Murthy Garu, past president Mr. Gopala Krishnan, central council members, regional council members, and delegates and dear friends. I had prepared quite an elaborate presentation, but considering the limitation of time, I decided to make it a little bit breezy and try to wrap it up in a span of 20 to 25 minutes, time allotted to me. But I do have a startup trouble or a startup hiccup. The presentation is yet to be loaded. But let me broadly prepare you with the structure, what it broadly contains. I have made the whole presentation into 5 parts. It has been structured into 5 parts, very clearly connected with thank you so much, very clearly connected with each other. The first part contains how the cost and management accounting profession got evolved over a period of time as a management control system under different economic contexts. The second part of my presentation, in this span of growth, what sort of roles have evolved within the CMA profession in the overall business scenario? What sort of roles have evolved? The third part of my presentation is what is the current business context where it has finally led us to looking at an integrated performance which is moving towards a sustainable value creation, or what can we consider as a sustainable value creation which is equivalent to an integrated performance. This will be my third part. The fourth part of my presentation is this background, the third part of the background has created or churned out what sort of management accounting concepts which are yet to get structured in the form of delivery to the corporate sector as well as to the members. And the last part of my presentation is how the subsequent topics of this particular RCC following this technical session 1, 2 and 3, how they all get connected with the overall approach I had in my mind. So this is the 5-part structure which I had prepared the presentation. The first part, let me move very fast now from this part onwards, since I might have already lost 2 or 3 minutes of the overall presentation. Let me now proceed with the first part. If you divide the evolution of cost and management accounting concepts as a management control system, you can have a very clear-cut 5 time slices. It all started with perhaps in 1875, where the businesses were very simple and the management control system was more an eyeball control, where the proprietor himself looked at his operations, looked at its business model and controlled the process. But that was too simple, and he believed on simple data which was more under his eye scanner to control his business. That was perhaps a direct cost and management accounting. Then came the era, which is, you can say, the era between then and till 1925, or even for that matter 1975, where globally the business started scaling up. Big organizations, big enterprises, large organizations, big production systems. This was the time where scale of economies started coming up in various parts of the world. Scale as a fundamental concept churned out lot of cost and management accounting which are still standing the test of time even today. Comes from this era are the concepts like capacity utilization, contribution, what we call as, or something like a variable cost, fixed cost. What all we have been practicing, we were practicing and we are practicing even today are all scale related. They all come from a scale related era. The next came the era from 1925 to 1975, when the whole world was started regulating the capital, the financial capital. As a result, external reporting started strengthening. So the cost and management accounting content took a decisive turn in this particular era, where everything was more regulated. We wanted standards, either financial accounting or cost accounting. We wanted a good cost sheet, we wanted a good inventory valuation, we looked at cost accounting standards. So I am not talking only about India, globally that is how the evolution took place. So the third time slice was more driven by the financial reporting and the external reporting requirement. Then I move on to the next slide,